Hey, 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 give me some comments or likes or hearts if you are there. I think I am live, so let me know. I can see some people in there watching, so drop me a comment so I can see who's on. I'm just going to check from the iPad to make sure this is working. Drop me some comments, guys. Let me know that you are there. Anybody? I can't tell if it's working. Let me just make sure. And I will. Hey, good to see you, Will. And I can see Ben in there. Drop me a comment, Ben. Tim, drop me a comment just to make sure that you are listening and hearing me loud and clear before I bring Wail in. So prepare to be blown away, because Wail is an incredible character. He's gone through some serious trauma in his life and challenges, and I'll let him talk about this, but welcome. Really appreciate you dialing in. This is going to be sensational. It's going to be insane. So, Wail, are you there, my man?
I'm right here with you guys. How are you doing?
It's good to see you, my friend. And, you know, when we connected, like with other people, there's just that instant connection. And it's like we talked, we chatted on videos, and it's like, yeah, we both get this. Total authentic marketing and, integrity, all of those good things, instead of the scams, the spams, all of that. So I want to just quickly talk about your backstory, and I want you to go into more detail because it's fascinating. Oh my God, it's fascinating. So you've lived here, there, everywhere. You've had trauma, you've been suicidal, so close to taking your own life, which is like serious shit, man. It really is crazy. And, you found yourself homeless. Totally, I just can't comprehend what that feels like. And you keep bouncing back, man. You've got such resilience. And this is what I really, really, found warming, is that, you've got these adversities and it makes you a stronger person and brings you back stronger. So you've been through all kinds of drug abuse, then moved out of the country from Canada to various other places around the world. It's as though you're running away from yourself and situations, and you found yourself drawn back to Canada, obviously, as your home. But I don't want to say too much because I don't want to ruin it for you. You tell this way better than me, but just let us into a little bit more about what happened through all of that period, because I've just gone through 10 or 15 years. So tell us a little bit more.
Yeah. So it definitely has been a journey. I'd like to thank everybody that's live with us today. You guys are awesome for being here. And, before I get into my story, I really want to emphasize that we underestimate so much of our capabilities and what we can achieve. I think the human race is definitely the most intelligent on the planet for a reason. Because we inspire to be something, or we inspire others to be somewhere in their life. So that always comes back on us first. So when you're having tough time, just remember that there's always a possibility where you can lift yourself up and keep moving forward. That being said, I'd like to get into my story a little bit. My name is Will. I am from Ontario, Canada. Throughout my younger years, started in high school. I got really into drugs. It started with abusing a small drug, and before you know it, you're basically dapping in everything that you can. And it's one thing that a lot of people don't understand why. It's that first high. You're always chasing that first high. And just like everything else, you're never going to be able to feel the same way you did the very first experience, whether that's with drugs or anything else. And just like I mentioned, it's the same thing with drugs as well. So it carried on. So one day to another, and before I knew it, I was sleepless. I couldn't sleep. If I did not have my drug, I couldn't sleep. If I did not have my drug, I couldn't function. And that just destroyed my life, because I've walked away from the people that loved me the most. And I've walked away from my friends. I've walked away from my family. And the only thing that came to my mind every day, like as soon as I wake up, how am I going to get my fix today? and it's just throughout the whole day, it literally limits your mind from thinking of anything else. And that's the problem with drugs. It consumes you. It takes over you. It takes over your mind, your body, and your soul, and you're not going to be able to think of anything else other than drugs. And this is why it's very dangerous to even consider trying something. Trust me, my friends, take it from a guy that's been through it. You do not want to walk down that road. You're going to get a lot of fake promises, and I promise you, once you actually get into it, you're not going to like it. And in 2010, I had a little experience. I went to prison, and while I was in prison, it hit me. And I'd like to go into a little bit how that hit me and how I decided to change everything. Now, in the cell, there's literally a hatch where they throw you your food. They literally throw you your food. That's how bad it is. You know, what do you expect? You're in prison. They throw you your food through a hatch. Now, for you to be able to watch TV, you gotta look through that hatch. And that hatch is low at the bottom of the door. So for you to actually try to be comfortable so you can watch TV that's outside, that's like 20 meters away from you, you've got to sit on a toilet. That's your seat, a toilet through the hatch to watch a 13-inch TV that's 20 meters away from you. That's when I realized I hit rock bottom. And I'm like, what am I doing? How did I end up here? How did I get to this position right now? And that's when like the whole cycle went into my head, and I'm like, okay, now I know where I made my first mistake. Now I know that I had like two roads in front of me, and I chose one over the other. That was the start. And the start never, that road doesn't connect until all the way at the end. So it's either you follow it and you break. And I almost got to that point where I tried to commit suicide. Or you realize that this isn't what we are here for. This isn't our purpose. Our purpose is not to abuse our body. Our purpose is not to abuse ourselves. Our purpose is not to abuse the people that we love around us. Because when you're into that, the only people that you're hurting more than yourself are the people that love you, because nobody likes to see you and watch you being that way. And you know, 2010, that's when I decided to leave Canada, because I knew, and this is the thing, you got to understand that it's so easy to relapse. That's why relapse is a very high percentage of people fall back into it, because you're still in that same environment. For you to be able to actually walk away from everything, you got to literally walk away from everything. And that's what I decided to do in 2010. I got on a plane and I left. Honestly, Martin, at that point, I only had one goal in mind. I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know where I'm going to end up. But I knew that I wanted to travel, and I wanted to learn about people, learn about cultures. And that led me back to Canada in 2018. Traveling around the world and just knowing how beautiful this planet is and how beautiful cultures are, how beautiful people are. It really makes you miss home and you want to go back. So in late 2018, that's when I decided to move back. And it was promoted a little bit from my family because I haven't seen them at a long time at that point. And, you know, I had a call with my mother and she's like, that's all she said. She's like, I wish you were here. And that's all it took. That's all it took. I got on the plane the next week and I was back home. So it's been a journey, my friend.
Wow, that is just incredible. And so, you know, so many ups, so many downs. You know, you lived in Jordan as well, and you've set up businesses in other countries as well, which is they're still going. So that's just incredible. So let's dive into the questions now that I've got for you, because that really segues nicely. So you have both types of business now. Which do you find harder, online businesses or traditional businesses, or have they both got different things that are difficult?
They're both, I think they're both beautiful. I think we can both agree, Martin, that neither one is easy. They're both hard. Just like this is the reason why you have a selected few that actually succeed in business, because they understand that it's not going to be easy, and they understand that it takes time, it takes effort, it takes commitment, and there's a lot that you have to put in it. And that is the same with both, whether it's a physical business or an online business. But what I found that is incredible about the online market, just to let you guys know, I'm new to online. Just recently, a year is considered really new, because I know people like you, Martin, you've been for a while. So a year showed me amazing things, and this is why I'll always favor online, because the way you connect with people, I find it quite amazing that you can be in UK and I can be in Canada, and we're both talking to people from literally around the world right now. You know, like we have people maybe in every continent, and that is something is amazing, because not only will it help you grow your business, but it will also teach you about people. It will help you understand how people think. It will help you create relationships, and that is something we have. That's our purpose, is to create a better world and a better future by creating relationships with people. We help each other out, and we all walk up that mountain, my friend.
Totally. And I think, those relationships are key in both online businesses and traditional businesses, because if you're trying, the old way of selling people is dead, isn't it? Nobody likes to be sold. You go into a car showroom, if they're all over you, it's like, oh my God. And in the online space, it's exactly the same. You still got the link spammers and people throwing stuff at you. And it's like, look, do you know what? I've had somebody recently come to me and say, look, I need an income from an online business. I want you to mentor me. I want you to coach me. I never once talked about sales with that person. We've built up a relationship for maybe 3-6 months, and it's happening. So that's a really key point. And it was interesting, because what you did just mention in there as well, which is the next question, your purpose. So are you crystal clear on your purpose for your businesses and what you want to achieve in the coming years?
To be honest, Martin, I think that word is so big. I think people misinterpret it a lot. Purpose is not your goal. Your purpose is not freedom. That's not, at least it shouldn't be. If you make your purpose freedom, that means you're only really thinking of yourself. Am I true or not, right? And your purpose should define, and your purpose should be something that can impact other people's lives. And this is why that word freedom, like, it has so many different meanings to me. But when I think about it, I don't think the purpose is the freedom. I think my purpose is to create a change. My purpose is to pay my dues, because just being here right now, that's like a chance 1 in a billion. I don't know what the saying is, but for you to actually be born and be on this planet, that chance is so little. So you take that opportunity to show the appreciation to that, and try to impact people's lives and make them better.
Yeah.
That's the freedom that I'm looking for, not my freedom. I want to give that freedom to people.
Yeah.
That is my purpose. And especially, like, we have Vinkit Supplements, which is an online supplement company that we're gonna launch hopefully in the beginning of next year. And we got a big vision, Martin. It's not a small vision, but I have my whole life to work towards that vision. It's the commitment that you're gonna bring into the table. It's how you're gonna define that purpose, how you're gonna define your goals and where you're going. And with Vinkit, man, we want to transform people's lives by giving them an opportunity to understand and learn more about their health. And there has never been a better time for people to take care of their health than now. And that comes not only with a product, but it also comes with the support, because just this alone, that does not solve people problems. But this, with the friendships that we have, That's what solves your problem. That's how you're going to get to your goal. So yeah, it's a big word, my man.
Yeah, it is a big word, and I love the reply, because a lot people define their own purposes, and for me in business, purpose is all about service, isn't it? If
Yes.
we serve enough other people, the rewards come to us, and be that financial rewards, be that just the amount of people that you help, that's the purpose, isn't it? It's to serve and be of service to other people.
100%, my friend. 100%.
Totally love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next question then we'll dive into is, how do you want to be remembered when you've achieved that purpose? What do you want to be remembered for? And when people come across you, what's the kind of legacy that you want them to see?
I want to be that guy. That guy, right? I want to be remembered by my actions. I want to be remembered by the human in me, because at the end of the day, we are humans. I want to be remembered like we lost that sense of love. The only people we give love to are the people around us, like family, friends, and stuff like that. And honestly, man, I think outside of that, we can give so much more love to people that we don't even know. You don't have to know a person to show love for them. I can like, you can meet a stranger, and just like you mentioned at the beginning of this, as soon as you meet that person, you feel a connection. That connection will lead you to love that person, and when I say love, I'm not talking about love as in a marriage relationship. No, love is just to love something good for others. Love for yourself, what you love for others, right? So sorry, the other way around. Love for yourself.
Yeah.
But I really, man, I want to be remembered for the memories. I want to be remembered for the experience. I want to be part of people's success story. So when they think about an achievement that they created, they know that Wail was there with them and he was supported. That's how I want to be remembered.
Nice, love that. And obviously you've got your friends and closest and family around you, so yeah, that's exactly for me as well. It's like, if I was to leave this planet now tomorrow, what would be, I've heard it first from Brendan Burchard, actually, and his mantra, isn't it? It's like, have you lived, have you loved, did you matter? And that's just, it's so powerful, those three words. And did you matter to enough people that they're going to be like really, really sad when you leave this earth? And have you left? What's the legacy and the memories that you've left? Love that.
Yeah, man. We're here to create the history, because at the end, that's what's going to matter.
Cool. Okay, so the next question then is about structure to your businesses. We're all so busy today in the modern world, aren't we? Is your day really focused, really mapped out, really regimented, or is it kind of you make things up as they, not make things up, but as they hit you, then you respond? Or are you a big planner so that you know well enough in advance that everything needs to be just structured?
I honestly, I can say a little bit of both will give you the best results, because without just having any kind of plan and just go as it is, you'll struggle make better decisions. So that's what planning is for. That's what strategy is for. So you can make the best decisions for that specific situation. But you also need to keep in mind that things don't always go as you plan. So you need to be open, and you need to understand that sometimes you have to shift things around. And a great example happened yesterday, actually, man. I was on a live, and I sat there and I prepared for it like an hour early, man. Like, I had my lights up, I had my laptop, everything. And we even got on a call 15 minutes early so we could chat a little bit, and everything was beautiful. And just as that live button hit, the light fell off, and I swear they both happened at the same time. And this just reminded me that I need to plug my laptop. So this is what happens. Exactly what happens. Like sometimes, even though you plan it, you've got to be quick, and you've got to have quick responses so you can actually get the end results that you're looking for. And it was kind of embarrassing. Shout out to my friend, actually. She hosted me on her show. It's wonderful to. I was there. They're brilliant marketers as well, and yeah, man. So a little bit of both would probably be your best decision, because not planning anything will lead you into destruction. And if you plan everything but you don't know how to create the change, if something does not happen your way, then that will also create destruction, and we don't want that.
I can't remember who it was that said it, but people that plan out to 5 years, you're never gonna. It's great long-term vision, but it's intangible. You don't know what 5 years is going to look like. But if you kind of narrow it down a bit to the 1 year and then individual months, that's a much easier way to attack and approach the daily tactical approach then. So yeah, totally on board with that. A little bit of both, and just make sure you can adapt to the situations as they arise. So I've had that before on lives and on calls and things. It just drops out and all different kinds of things. So yeah,
it happens. Yeah.
Totally
The word pivot, I love that word.
Yeah. And right, so the next question, I want to mix this up with a bit of business and a bit of fun stuff as well, because we've heard some really serious stuff about your life at the start, but some really serious health things as well. But now I just want to kind of raise the tone a little bit and have a bit of fun with it. But if I don't know if this has happened to you already, but the online space, people tend to forget about manners, forget about just how to talk to people, that kind of thing. Has there been anybody that you just wanted to really vent to and let them know, speak your mind to them? And I know I talked to you about this before, but in the UK we say they were a real dickhead. Have you come across that? And you don't have to call them out, because they may watch this, they may know, but is there anybody that you've fallen out with online because of their approach, because of the way that they've dealt with things, and you didn't agree or see eye to eye?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we all have these in our lives, but we can't expect everybody to be perfect, which is okay, but what we can do is try to be better people, try to actually approach manners in a different way. And for someone to call you out and tell you, hey, by the way, your approach wasn't so great, I don't think they mean to hurt you by it. I highly, like, if your enemy is not going to come and tell you, hey, you're not doing this right. Your enemy doesn't care. He wants you to actually fail. You know what I mean? So he's not going to tell you this. Your friend will. Your friend, somebody who cares for you, he will come to you and say, hey, by the way, you might want to approach this way rather than this way, because I think you would have better results. So is there a lot of dickheads? Yeah, there's a lot. Do I have any names? No, man. Honestly, I choose to walk away from that too, Martin, because it's all about the energy. If I'm going to allow that kind of energy to come into my life, it will have an impact on me too. And most likely I will become that dickhead too. So I don't want that. And this is why I'm not going to call out names, because I don't have anybody on top of my mind, but I just want to say, if you have, something that you want to create, stop looking at what others have. What others have is irrelevant to you, because it will come to you in time. What you need to be looking at is how people will be able to help you. So the first thing that you want to do is to reach out to a person who has the same goal and the same mission as you, and he's already or she's already up there. That person can guide you. That person can help you get from point A to point Z. But thinking that you're going to have everything they have, that is not the right mindset that you want to bring it onto the table, because it's just irrelevant, my friend. What we have is special for each one of us, right?
I love that approach as well, because it tells me everything about you as a person, the way that you flipped that on its head and just said, what's the point in calling people out? Because what's it going to serve? It serves you nothing. It serves them nothing. And you just fall out, and then they'll talk about you. Other people will talk about them. And it just escalates. It's a small world online, so let's just make a good thing out of it. And so
Yes, I love you all.
yeah, exactly, totally. So are your family and friends and your nearest and dearest supportive? Do they understand what you're doing? Do they understand your businesses and what you've been building? Are they there for you?
They don't really understand it. They are very supportive. My family, especially, we'll leave the friends alone right now. We'll talk about that after. But the family, my family have always been supportive. They helped me see the light when I was in the dark room, and they believed in me when I had absolutely nothing. They loved me even though I was hurting them. They never gave up on me, and that is something I'll always carry with me forever.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I told you, Martin, but my mission started because of my family, because of my mother specifically. And
Yeah, tell this story, because when we talked, you told me this story about her knocking at your door for like 2-3 hours.
yeah. So that's actually the story about suicide. That was the day that I was contemplating suicide. I was sitting on a balcony. We have time, right? Like, should I go?
Yeah. Let's go
Yeah,
for
I
it.
was sitting on a balcony. At that point, I was living on the 10th floor, and it was a blizzard, man. I swear, like it was so cold out, and I'm going through withdrawals. I'm just like looking for my next fix. I don't have money. I'm broke. I have nothing. And I'm sitting there, and I'm at that point where I've already made my decision. I know that I'm gonna jump, but I was trying to figure out how I want to do it. Do I jump right away? Do I take one leg out first? Do I dangle both legs? And then I swear that was the point that I reached. And just as I'm thinking about that, my mother pulls up. I haven't seen her for years at that point, for years, because I walked away from everybody. And when you're a drug addict, you walk away from people, not because you don't love them, but because you don't want them to see you at that position, because you know that's not you talking, that's not you making that action, it's all the drugs. So she pulls up, and I'm like, okay, man, you're not going to throw yourself in front of your mom. You know what I mean? So hold up a little bit. Let's see if she comes up. She comes up. She goes up to the 10th floor, and she's knocking on the door, and I completely ignored. Again, I don't want to show her this person, and and she's knocking on the door. And she was there for like 2 hours. At that point, I did not know that she was sitting outside the door. But the superintendent, he told me the week after, he's like, somebody was at your door last week, and she was there for a while. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, come. And he showed me the video. She actually sat down in front of my door for 2 hours, dude. And at that point, like, that was the day I knew that I wasn't going to continue that path. But unfortunately, it wasn't the day that I made the decision to change. I still kept going for another 2 years.
Yeah.
But it was at that point that I realized that this is not going to last forever. This is not what I want to do for the rest of my life, because there's only two ways at the end of this. Either you commit suicide or you die. That's it with drugs, or you go to prison, obviously. But prison, you can always come out. But trust me, even if you go to prison, you'll come out, and it's just different, man. It's
that's really, really I don't know, heartwarming to hear, because she's tried to be there through all of that for you, and you've pushed them away, as we all do. We push people away, and that was, I remember when we first connected online, and there was a photo of you with your mom.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is one of my reasons why she's pulled me through from the kind of ashes and pulled you out of those flames. And that's so heartwarming. I love it. And obviously it's a really emotional thing to go through, but it's made you the person that you are now. You're such a fantastic, strong person, and it's just incredible. So I really appreciate you sharing that with us, because it's really dear to your heart as well. So that's fantastic that they're there for you. So next question then is, Is there anybody online, any superstars that you want to follow, that you model yourself on? I know, there's so many people that love Gary Vee, and I don't know if there's any 20-year-olds on the call, but model themselves after Gary Vee, and it's like effing, jeffing, and swearing the blasphemy and all of that because they want to be like Gary Vee because it's worked for him. But that's not me. I just like my own approach. It may work for some people, it may not work for others. But do you follow any superstars that you think I resonate with them?
Honestly, man, my superstars are not famous people. Are not people that you see on television being so freaking successful at what they do. Yes, I do admire people like Tony Robbins, Russell, and whoever. But my superstars, man, are the people that I truly connect with. These people are what drive me to be a better person. Family, friends, even people that I met online. I have, like, when I'm looking for relationship advice, I know where to go. I have a person for that. When I'm looking for knowledge, I know where to go. I have a person for that. So when I'm looking for creativity, for example, I come to you.
Very kind.
I go through your post. I swear, man, that's the reality. So I don't have a person. I have a lot of people that I aspire to be like them, because we all have special traits in us that makes us very special. And if I would like to choose what kind of person I want to be, I would take a little bit from this person. I would take that best trait out of them, take that best trait out of the next person, take that best. I would love it. And that's why you see me, I spend a lot of time connecting with people and creating relationships. And I'm sure you've noticed I stress that all the time, because I think that's the end of it, is how we're going to create relationships, is how we're going to connect in the future. So if I see you online and we create that kind of connection, I can almost guarantee you I will take a flight and come see you one day, because that's how I create myself. That's how I become better myself. For me to become better, I have to look at other people and take what they have that they teach me and carry it with me for life, and map it and model it to suit me and my business. So I don't have one person in mind. I have a lot of people, man.
That's fantastic. And the fact that you respect all of the famous gurus, but we see snippets of really good people online as well, that we don't necessarily want to copy them, but it's like, I like that personality of that person. I like the content creation of that person. And it's just whatever works for us, isn't it? Fantastic. Right. I love that.
Yeah, man.
So here's a question around your businesses then, and your people and your type of people. I've got a program called The Branding Advantage, because branding is all about how we stand out, how we differentiate ourselves. Why are we different? There's loads of people, tons of people that do what I do, tons of people what you do. We'll come on to your business actually shortly, just so that we can learn a bit more about what it is that you're doing currently. But how do you differentiate yourself? What makes you different from all of your competitors and the other people doing what you do?
I'm sure whoever is watching, if they know me in person, they know that I haven't sold a single product on my profile, because I'm not here to sell you a product. I'm not here to sell you a program. I'm not here to sell you a course. I'm here to sell you a story and tell you a story. I'm here to create the memories. I'm here to create the experiences, because I honestly believe if you model something that already somebody gone through, and you take it the exact same way and you put in the same effort, you as well can have the same exact results. I've been to the bottom of the pits, my man. It was so dark, I see nothing, not even my own hand in front of me. But it was possible for me to pull out. And the only way I was able to pull out from that dark spot is because I had the support and I had the people with me. And people need to understand that when someone is trying to help you, let them help you. They're there to help you. Most people, at least, okay? There's a difference between somebody who's just trying to sell you and somebody who's actually trying to help you. Now, I cannot tell you how you can figure this out. This is on you. You have to figure out who wants to sell you and who wants to help you. But if you find somebody that's actually there to help you, let them be in your life. And this is what I bring to the table. I'm not just bringing a product. I'm bringing a product and a family, a support family that wants to be your partner when it comes to a new healthy journey that you're going through. And that's what's going to make that difference in your life. That's what's going to give you the memories. That is what's going to give you that experience that's going to be carried with you for the rest of your life. And
I love that. It's like, you know, I haven't ever seen you try and sell anything, and I think because you're trying to reach the masses as well, so it's like, an individual sale online for you actually is a distraction, because you've got to deal with that person one to one, and you know, it's pointless for you. You're looking way bigger than that as a proper strategic business. So love that answer.
I have an income, my man. I'm not online to create an income. I came online to reach out to people because I know people are struggling the same way I did, and I know that it hurt me deeply when I was in that position, and I know that I felt so freaking lonely, dude. Even though I chose to walk away from people because I felt so lonely, I don't want people to feel that way. I don't want them to feel like they're alone, because you're not alone. There's always there somebody that loves you. And just like I said earlier, it doesn't have to be a family and a friend. It can be a stranger and still love you the same way.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally. Okay, so another fun question then. You've lived in, you've moved around, you've lived in, like, I can't remember if you said you visited.
I lived in seven.
Lived in seven. Do you have a favorite? I know you wanted to go home, but is that your favorite?
Yeah, I traveled to 40, but I can say that if you asking me where's my best spot that I've lived, it would be Dubai.
Nice.
That place is it's phenomenal, because it really shows you how much humans are capable of. We can reach such heights, man. It's just to be on the top of Burj Khalifa, for example, and to see like the whole city, the whole concrete city under you. It's quite phenomenal, because it shows you how much effort was put in, how much commitment was put in, and what we're capable of producing when we put these two together. You know what I mean? So it's amazing. But if you ask me which spot in the world I prefer the most, I think it's Thailand, man. And it's for the people. The people of Thailand are the most beautiful, the clearest and the purest heart you can ever find. And I'll always have a spot of my heart over there. Always.
Nice.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful country and amazing place as well, with the culture and all the people. Like you say, I visited a couple of places over there, and stunning. So yes, okay. So final question before we just dive into your business and what you're doing now. But top tips for people that are just starting out online. What would you say they should do using? Because if you're not using social media now for business, then you're really missing out. So what top tips do you have for people to use their social media to build a business?
Don't jump on every offer you're going to get. that's the first thing I want to tell you.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you're going to have a lot of offers that's going to sound so appealing. It's going to sound like, this is it. This is the one that's going to make me successful. And hats off to the marketers. They make it that way. So if I'm not talking shit here, man. What I mean by this, if you know exactly where you want to go and an offer was presented to you that can help you reach your goal, that's what you want. You want one offer. You want one thing to stick with and commit with, and just keep getting up every day, just so you can achieve that goal by having this program or course or software. And you need to keep in mind, just one by itself, like if somebody gives you a course, if somebody sells you a course, that course is not going to make you successful. It's not the course that's making you successful. It's not the program that's making you successful. It's not the software. It's you. It's already in you. You just have to actually bring it out and put in the effort. And yes, having all these with you will make that journey so much easier. There's no doubt. But do not rely on somebody selling you something and you think you're going to become successful because of that small thing. Yeah. That's irrelevant. This is what it's about. You are that person who's going to make yourself successful, because no one in this world, you cannot give the pen to somebody and expect them to write your story. Nobody's going to tell your story better than you. So you have to do it. And take control of your pen, take control of your story, and don't let anybody else write it for you.
Wow. Speaking of stories, plug for your book. You're in the process of writing your story. Are you hoping that that's going to be released 2021?
I am hoping so, man. So I'm hopefully, I'm mostly focused on my Vinket supplements right now, but we really hope that we can publish it by next year.
Nice. Yeah. So onto your products, your services, whatever your business is then. Quick plug of what is it? You've got supplements, you've got services. What is it that you are doing? The Vinket
So Vinket Supplements is a collagen supplement company. We manufacture high quality collagen for the US. That's the market that we're going to start from. We do have plans to go into the EU market. We do have plans to go to the MENA region, which is the Middle East. And we do have plans to go for the Asian market. And that is a plan that's obviously, as I said earlier, we have a big mission, but we do have my whole life to create that impact and to create that mission. Now, the product itself is going to be collagen. We're going to start out with one product, and hopefully by the mid of next year, we can introduce 2 more products. And the product alone, collagen is a supplement that everybody should be taking. I don't care what kind of situation you're in. If you are over 25, you should be taking collagen. You don't have to buy it from me, man. Just go
just take it.
Your diet. It's a really important supplement. It is.
You don't mean injections then, the lips and all of that.
Yeah, like actually they put collagen into that too now, eh?
So
yeah. So yeah. So not that collagen. Hey man, if you want to do it, then sure. I'd love for you to do it. I support you. Yeah, but yeah, definitely introduce that collagen to your diet, and we wanted to give the experience a little bit different, because the market is not a small market, and that niche is it has one of the biggest companies in the US, but we, as I said earlier, we're not here to compete with anybody. We're only here to compete with ourselves, because we have our own mission. And to be able to achieve that mission, we need to stay focused on us and them, the people that we are helping. And this is why we decided to even have a community. Now, the community, it is open. I haven't really been inviting everybody in, just selecting people, because I really want the foundation of that community to be something good, so others can help each other out. Because a product by itself, no matter what that product is, whether it's a course, like I said, a program, or collagen, by itself, without your commitment, it means nothing. But you can commit, and you can create a change in your life and somebody else's life just by actually supporting. And this is what we are here for. So we're not just selling the product, we have the product and the community. And together, we hope to transform the lives of 10,000 people in the next 2 years. That's the goal. Yeah.
That's nice. I love that. Now, we've got people on the live, so I don't know if you've got any questions, guys, direct questions. You can have some fun questions or you can have some serious business questions, but drop a question in there. We'll carry on talking for a couple of minutes while people are thinking of questions, but
Yeah.
if there's something you want to drop in there, we've got time for a couple of quick questions, but otherwise, that's all of the questions I wanted to ask, and I'm just fascinated with your life. It's just led, like, it's been a real roller coaster.
It has been. And you know what? Tim is asking a very important question. How do you stay sober? Tim, whew, man, look, goosebumps. You see? Hey, bro, it's not easy. Nobody said that it's easy. But if there's one thing that I believe is what I started this whole conversation, this whole interview, what I said in the beginning, we underestimate our capabilities. We underestimate our worth. We underestimate what we can achieve. And once you have that set into your head and you know exactly what you want, you will not have a problem staying sober because you're going to keep yourself busy doing other things. And for me, for example, you know, like, this is it, bro. Like, I love hitting the gym. That's my addiction now. This is when I'm in a bad place and I need to, you know, rethink, I need to come back to reality. That's where I go. I go to the gym because I have a plan. I know where I'm going and I know I cannot achieve it if I'm not sober.
And you know the feeling from the gym as well, the endorphins when you've done a workout, it just lifts you, doesn't it? So
yeah.
Any kind of exercise doesn't have to be the gym, but any kind of physical exercise, I just find that I'm just pumped afterwards. So
absolutely, man. And just like you said right there, addiction cannot be cured. That is something I can agree to. But I'm telling you, we have it in us to fight that every day. And reality is, man, we get up and fight every day anyways. So just add it to the list. That's it. That's all you got to do. You just got to add it to that list. We get up every day and we have, for you to survive, you got to fight. That's it. That's the life that we live in. So just add it to the list. Yes, I love that. He's been, nice. I love that, Tim.
I can't see that question. I don't know where that's written, Tim, but I can't see that question on Facebook or on the StreamYard stream. So where are they appearing?
They're appearing on my private chat here. That's why. It's a
Tim, you've done a private conversation with Wail.
Sorry, man. I didn't know it was private. Now I'm just like spilling the beans. Sorry, man.
That's fine. Absolutely fine. If there aren't, I can't see any other questions, but if there aren't any other questions, I'm going to let people get on with their day. But I am so pumped, Wail. I really appreciate meeting you. Connecting, you know, neither of us have tried to sell each other on anything, and I love the fact that because, you know, we can just connect dots of other people that I might be able to help that are friends of yours, and vice versa. You might have, I might have friends. I say, Wail's your man. You need to contact Wail about this collagen stuff. He's the man that you need to contact. So, you know, this is what it's all about for me, is networking and building communities and building friendships. And just, it might go somewhere. It might not just, it might just be that friendship. So really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. And yeah, where can people reach you? Where's the best place to get a hold of you?
Best place to reach me is on Facebook, my friends. That's my favorite platform, and I connect with a lot of beautiful people in there, and I will be happy to connect with you as well. Shoot me a message, and I will definitely get back to you on that very same day.
Appreciate your time, and thank you, everybody, for watching, and yeah, we'll catch up really soon.
All right, bud. Take care.
Bye.